Do poor people have a disease? Welcome to another episode of Deconstructing Life with Dan for more happiness, joy, and health, money, success, and wealth on this snowy winter morning. Well, it's not even winter yet. Anyway, this video is going to be about how poor people think that they must remain poor. I'm actually commenting on a post, or a comment that I got on a post, that somebody said that because they were born into a poor family that they must remain poor. And I don't think that's true. Now, is it a disease? I think it is a disease. But let me just share with you a little story. So, my parents grew up in families that had, 9 children in one, 13 in another. They grew up on farms. They hardly have any money. They had to grow their food or hunt for their food. And in my dad's family, he had to hunt. They hunted for deer. They were lumberjacks, so they chopped wood and sold the wood. And he did that for his teenage years and his early life. But then he moved on and he went on to do other jobs. But eventually, he studied to become a butcher, and he opened a meat shop. And he opened not just one meat shop, he eventually opened 2 meat shops. And ran that meat shop for probably 15 to 20 years. And I worked in it for about 10 years of my life. So the thing is, and by the way, it paid for everything in our family. It paid for, my hockey, all of our activities, our vacations, beautiful lakefront house. It paid for all sorts of things. So a perfect story. This is a perfect story of how someone overcame growing up in an impoverished situation. So, is being poor a disease? Well, I think so. If you think that you're going to be limited by your family or by your experiences, then absolutely yes. But obviously, people like will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas showed that it's completely possible to become wealthy even though you were born into the slums like he was. So, think about it for a second. If you have circumstances that you don't like, and maybe your environment wasn't the greatest when you were younger, fine. That was an experience. That's a story. But you can create a new one. You can write a new one. You don't have to live the experiences that your parents have. You can overcome that if you like. But you do need to take incremental steps, just like my father did. And then you create evidence. You create a new perspective, a new perception of what you want. That's what it takes. And if you haven't heard about the emotional cycle of change, you're going to want to go back to that video and watch that, because that's what you're going to have to go through. So if you're watching this video on my YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll get more awesome videos like this, tools, resources, and extras. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.